Tide Talk with Webb is back. Sorry, guys. Really busy with work again and all that good jazz. Anyway, hadn't put out a video in a while, so we'll go through some quick things really quick. Ty Simpson was improved and looking great at the Manning Passing Academy camp. He was doing great things. They really praised him and how far he had come, so that's a great sign. Alabama secondary is getting kind of a lot of accolades, even though the season hasn't started, which is kind of nice. Certain things that are very interesting is they talk about the PFF poll has Alabama as one of the top offensive lines. You know what? I'm going to hold judgment back on that, and the main reason is we've heard that several years in a row, and we've had a bad offensive line for 4 years. We have not been able to get dig in the ditches and get pressure. We have not been able to kind of set the line. We haven't had great rushing, which I get it. Milroe, like last year, had 168 carries, so that took away from the running backs. But in that being said, they're going to have to open holes. They're going to have to hold a block longer. They're going to have less penalties. They're going to have to be able to hopefully get more rushing yards. Some of these things, too, because you have to keep Ty Simpson upright because he's not mobile the way that Jalen Milroe was. So that's a whole type of thing that is going to have to be looked at. And teams, if they get in that backfield, they're just going to tee off because they know he can't outrun them like Milroe did. I think we're going to have a pretty good running back room. We do know that Jam Miller was kind of hurt off and on last year. The offensive line was not blocking great. I do think they will be improved. I don't know how much. I wouldn't be willing to say that they're going to be one of the best units out there. Excuse me. I do think the running back 1-2-3 punch will be Jam Miller, Richard Young, and then Daniel Hill. We also have had scuttlebutt about Greg McElroy talking about, well, people that I know, Saban, he's coming back to coaching. Well, go ahead and put water on that fire because there's no smoke there. There's nothing there. I know that there's been rumors about him going to USC. There's been rumors about, well, Texas A&M's got big money. Not A&M, excuse me. Texas Tech has big money. They could grab him. Nobody's buying that. He talked about it openly, and Kirby Smart talked about it, that the NIL is what drove him out of college football because he was tired of having to recruit the same players after they've already signed with you. He couldn't stand that stuff. And they didn't care about what education they could get. They didn't care about what draft position they could get if they played 3 or 4 years. All they wanted to know was pretty much, can they get a podcast and how much am I going to get? What goodies am I going to get? Well, so with that being said, he was tired of it. And it makes it even tougher because not only do you have to recruit a new batch of guys, you're also having to keep recruiting the guys you have already signed. And then, there's 2 portal periods, which makes it even more frustrating. So I don't see him coming back. If he did come back to coaching, it wouldn't be to college. I think it would be pro. And you could have potentially Dallas or maybe the Giants. But even then, it would have to be a historic deal where basically the team owner is like, oh, well, we'll give you 3 to 15% of the team for life ownership. It would have to be a life-changing money type deal as far as ownership of a program or of a team. I don't see him coming back to college. I think he's done. The guy's also got into broadcasting, done fabulous with it, and also has an Emmy for it. He only has to work 6 months of the year. He's staying at home more. Plus, his wife is going to have she's going to determine whether he comes back or not, and I don't think that's going to happen. So you can go ahead and put water on that fire. Anyway, the All SEC poll came out, which is kind of cool. I was actually shocked. It's got Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Fairburn as far as the most points. Obviously, they have Texas win the SEC championship, Georgia coming in second, Bama third, LSU fourth, so on and so forth. The predicted order of finish they have voted on, obviously Texas at number 1, and I can kind of see that. Minus you don't have Quinn Ewers back. You got Arch Manning coming in. You do have potentially one of the best defenses in college football at Texas right now. So there's that. Georgia's loaded again. Both of them, Georgia and Texas, new quarterbacks. I was actually shocked Bama got third in this predicted order of finish poll on there because You have a new quarterback coming in. You have a new offensive coordinator coming in. We lost 4 games. We haven't lost 4 games except for 2007, so it's been almost 20 years ago. So that was kind of interesting. You had LSU at 4, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Fairburn, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Kentucky, and then last place, Mississippi State. Mississippi State. Now, let's say this is way too early prediction polls. Obviously these things don't take into account for injuries, people getting hurt, people getting kicked off the teams, somebody, I don't know, mass rash of injuries, like I just said. You don't know. I mean, look at Oklahoma last year. They had one of the most depleted wide receiver groups in the country. So, and look at Tennessee. The fortunes are different this year. The best running back, I thought, in the country, and Dylan Sampson's gone. Your quarterback, who was mid-tier, maybe the ninth best quarterback in the SEC, which a lot of people gave him more credit than that, is gone. A lot of the offensive line is gone. So, anything could happen. South Carolina, though, I would have put them above LSU because I think South Carolina has a majorly underrated quarterback, and they have a really pretty good vaulted defense, and they're pretty darn good. So we'll see how that shakes out. Pretty cool. They got first-team offense. You got Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. I think that's a great pick. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks coming back in this class. So I don't have a problem with that. You got Texas's running back Quintivion Wisner. Then you got the running back Le'Veon Moss from Texas A&M. You got Ryan Williams from Bama as number 1 wide receiver. Then you got Cam Coleman from Fairburn. I don't really know if I believe that, but okay, whatever. Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt for tight end. Caden Proctor from Bama. O-line, Caden Green from Missouri. O-line, DJ Campbell from Texas. And then O-line, Austin Beaver from Florida. And then center, Jake Slaughter from Florida. Pretty much I agree with all those picks. They're very good. Second-team offensive team, Garrett Nussmeier. I do agree with that. Very good quarterback. He's just not on a good team. Second-team running back, Jaden Ott from Oklahoma. That kid is very good. Caden Durham from LSU, second-team running back. Second-team wide receiver, Aaron Anderson from LSU. He's very good. Definitely Ryan Wingo from Texas, wide receiver. You got second-team tight end, Oscar Delp from Georgia. I would have put Delp first team. I don't agree with that, but okay. Second-team offensive line, Armaj Reed Adams from Texas A&M. That guy's good. Second-team Trey Zune, Texas A&M. He is very good. Jaden Roberts, he's good from Alabama. You've also got Fernando Cameron from Arkansas, and then center Parker Burris from Alabama. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I agree with Brailsford, but all right, we'll take it. Third team, you've got Arch Manning from Texas. I don't know if I agree with that because, he hadn't played yet. Third team running backs, you've got Jam Miller from Alabama and then Nate Frazier from Georgia. Yeah, they're pretty good. Third team wide receivers, you got Eric Singleton from Fairburn and Kevin Coleman from Missouri. Tight end, Jack Enders from Texas. And then we get back into the third team offensive line. Ernest Green from Georgia. Chase Basantes from Texas A&M. Xavier Chaplin from Auburn. Trevor Gooseby from Texas. And then Connor Liu from Fairburn. First team defense. Here we go. We got first team defense, defensive line, Kedrick Falk, Fairburn. Defensive line, Dylan Stewart, South Carolina. Yeah, that guy's a stud. Defensive line, Colin Simmons from Texas. Defensive line, Christian Miller from Georgia. That guy is very good. Maybe a little too far down on this poll. Linebackers, you've got Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. Whit Weeks from LSU. Yeah, Weeks is very good. Linebacker, C.J. Allen from Georgia. First team defensive backs, you've got Bolden from Georgia, Michael Taft from Texas, Dylan Everett from Georgia, and then Jermond McCoy from Tennessee. Those are all, I can't disagree with any of those defensive backs. Very, very good. Second team defense, you've got defensive line, Caleb Banks from Florida, Tim Keenan from Bama, defensive line, LT Over from Bama, R. Mason Thomas from Texas, Deontay Lawson from Bama, linebacker Harold Perkins from LSU, linebacker Sonterra Perkins from Ole Miss. And defensive backs, second team, you've got Malik Muhammad from Texas, Damani Jackson from Bama, Will Lee, the third from Texas A&M, and Jalen Kilgore from South Carolina. Now we get into the third team D. Tyreek Sapp from Florida, Trey Moore from Texas. These are all defensive line guys. Cam Ball, Arkansas. Defensive line, Xavier Harris from Ole Miss. Into the linebackers, we got Tareen York, Texas A&M. Aaron Carter from Tennessee. Prince William Amelian. I'm probably slaughtering that, from Ole Miss. Defensive backs now. Third team, we've got Keon Sapp from Bama, Boo Carter from Tennessee, Bray Hubbard from Bama, and Isaac Smith from Mississippi State. Yes, rose-colored glasses on here, folks. I don't think Keon Sapp should be that low, but he had injuries, so I get why he's there. Bray Hubbard, I think he should at least be second team, but whatever. We got our specialists. You've got punter Brett Thorson from Georgia, first team. PK Woodbridge from Georgia. You've got left center Go Gardner from Georgia. Good Lord. First team specialist is literally all Georgia. Peyton Woodward, Georgia. Zachariah Branch, Georgia. Zachariah Branch again, Georgia. So it's pretty much first team specialist is all Georgia. Second team specialist, you've got punter Zach Bumaster, Texas. PK Trey Old Florida. PK Lucas Camaro, Ole Miss. LS Rocco Underwood, Florida. KS Trace Mack, Florida. RS Barron Brown, LSU. And Xavion Thomas, LSU. Now the third team, Devin Bell, Arkansas. Aiden Larco, Kentucky. Alec McPherson, Auburn. Ben Anderson, Oklahoma. Will Stone, Texas. Xavier Thomas, LSU. Eugene Willis, Florida. And Jaden Baugh, Florida. So that kind of rounds out that whole list. And I can't say I disagree. I mean, there's a few things that I was like, I don't know. But for the most part, it was pretty solid. Anyway, Todd Talk with Webb is out. Hope you all have a great weekend.